Hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. Hello to those of you on YouTube watching this post-VOD on Switch. Just know every single one of you are awesome individuals. YouTubians, if you could think about a thumbs up or leaving a comment this early, it would greatly help with that dreaded algorithm. Oh dear me, you turn anything these days? Yeah, yeah, the pork chops that I cook in the grill, man. How's it going, Dino and Zach? Hope we're doing well. So we're back. Obviously, I know that I wasn't live yesterday. A little bit of a issue with one's health that needed prioritizing. There's a nice change. Keep on turning. Hell yeah. What's that? Do not disturb. So, we're going to be doing some more of the Forgotten City this week. I need to actually think. I don't think we're going to finish it today. I'm likely going to have to do more going in further in the week. We'll see where we're at. Yeah, because I changed the game for Saturday and Sunday to Fade Tactics. And this Thursday, I am joining the Hasgamians for a little bit of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. So do look out for that if you are interested. It's going to be a lot of fun playing that with those guys. Is there anything else? Nothing too major, really. So we're just going to get on into it, I think. Anyway, how have you been? Hope you've been keeping well. Why is there no sound? There we go, there's sound. That is also loud. Needs in my ears anyway. A little bit. About 40, that should do. Where did we get up to? PvZ Garden Warfare is worth a play. Enough people on the servers. We aren't going to be doing PvP, I don't think. The servers are still apparently pretty active. I mean, they axed what? Battle for Neighborville after 1 year because they just ham-fisted it. So yeah, that's interesting. We're gonna be doing the PvE stuff, I think. So. Right. So we got the bow in this. Oh yeah. Spoiler warning. For those of you that are watching this post-VOD or anything like that, you don't want to be spoiled for this game. Leave now. Proud owner of only Neighborville. I have all three. I purchased all 3 of them because I enjoyed those games. I didn't play as much of Naperville as I would have liked. So we learned a ton of stuff. We learned about picking up the plaques, about who we should ask. We learned about helping a spirit. We saved Yulia, but then we pissed her off because we asked about a way out. Should have thought about that. We could potentially save the dude that's going to jump. I know of a way into the villa, which I think I might try and do for the rest of this cycle. Go and grab that wine and pass it over to the gladiator. Let's see what we can do, anyway. Alright, we grabbed that up there as well, but I want to go in here.
Salve, friend.
I'm trying to remember where I need to go. Where's that? No. I want to leave that one because they're watching. No, that's not where I need to be. Yeah. This is where we just came from. If I go here, this takes me to... this. They've got to be kinder than they were to us, stranger. Here? Yeah, it's here. This is the chest I'm looking for. Yeah, okay, so there's multiple bowls of wine that we can grab. Okay, interesting. Ah. There's meant to be a chest under here. Meant to be able to grab. This one? Okay, so I want to get up there. I don't actually know how much time I've got until the election. That's kind of the main issue. On this, so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, no, No, I need to go... I'll probably go this way, it'll be quicker. It's fairly late in the day.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day. Yeah? What have you got for me? Whoa, you must really want to see Malleolus. Let yourself in with this key.
Awesome.
Just make sure you give it back on your way out.
Saying excrement, different smell, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and
Alright, let's... Pleased to know how... Eulipus, to his lost love, may God watch over you. Please know that what I held on to as long as I could, but without you my life is meaningless. I hope we meet again in Gan Eden. Okay.
Sentius told you it was... Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
He is... So you're Quincius then? Kid bedtime, so I'm off. Have a good dream. Hey, no, thank you for stopping by, man. I do appreciate it. Do take care.
I'm Malleolus, and if it wasn't for this interruption, I'd be practicing my victory speech for the election later today. I'm glad you asked. I'll finally restore freedom to this city, just as I've been promising. These good people have suffered long enough under Sentius's tyranny.
How will you do
By
that?
declaring there's no such thing as the Golden Rule.
Hey, good evening,
It's a
Tati.
children's
Hope you're
fable
doing well.
exploited by Sentius to frighten us into submission. Wait, don't tell me you've fallen victim to that monstrous lie?
Makes you sure it's not real.
The person making a claim bears the onus of proving that claim. Can you do that? Can you prove the Golden Rule is real?
The Golden Rule is definitely real.
Nonsense! There's no way you can prove that. If it was real and you'd seen someone break it, then you'd be dead already.
Even if I can't prove them right, then accepting it will avert this answer. If I'm wrong, then accepting it will make... this city a better place. Isn't that a good thing? What's it?
Surely, you're not one of those people who believes everything you read. As if a lie could be transformed into the truth by the simple act of writing it down. You mean that book next to a golden statue in the theater? Tell me, how do you know that statue wasn't put there by Sentius himself? You can't know, can you? I disagree. I'll be guided by what is best for the city's people, and that means giving them the freedom to do as they wish. What? Oh, I see what's happening here. Another poor, vulnerable soul taken in by Sentius's machinations. He won't get away with this much longer. True, but that is simply because you are mistaken.
What do you think of the golden rule?
You mean the children's fable exploited by Sentius to scare us all into doing what he wants?
Yeah.
Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't, so I can't.
Fair enough. You're Quinticus.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order. Nero, hey! Hey, Gray! I just happened to look over just at the right time as that coming up. But oh no! A basil goose is on the rise.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too.
God damn it!
I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently, Quintus also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
No worries, Tatsies.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
We'll try this.
I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here together, for better or worse. We're all going to have to make the best of it.
Okay.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa, uninvited, and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because as soon as you win, you're going to break the golden rule.
Don't talk nonsense. There's no such thing as the golden rule.
You're going to arrest Sentience for treason and sentence him to death by gladiatorial combat.
How could you possibly know that?
Know the future?
Nonsense! This is nonsense! I don't know how you know about my plans, but I'm absolutely sure Sentius is involved somehow. And now, I'm going to enjoy watching Domitius kill him even more. Now, get out of here! You outstayed your very limited welcome.
Fair enough. I mean, unless you're going to get your gladiators to come and remove me, no, I'm not leaving until I'm done exploring.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me?
Why are you locked in this room?
My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much.
Would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Malleolus is who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
Just a hunch. I was hoping we could figure out his true identity together.
You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
I just hate to see such a beautiful woman treated so poorly.
Oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my husband would seethe with impotent rage if he overheard you say that. I love it. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
What you want?
I want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should
Oh,
do.
we have some
Don't
urn.
look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
Why do you want the wine to drink?
Let me tell you something about Mariolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it.
No, what can you get for
You
yourself?
mean, aside from the fact that I'm locked in this room, and Domitius is right outside the villa, because there's barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. And getting it won't be easy.
That's all the questions I had.
So, you'll help me?
Some wine right here.
Thank you. Here's the letter.
Ah, awesome. A love letter in which Meliodas accidentally acknowledges his name is Quintius. Quintius to beloved Claudia. Excuse me. For a time I despaired at the thought of being trapped here for the rest of my life. But then I met you and discovered that as long as I'm here with you, I'm exactly where I should be. Mere words cannot express my affections for you. So I will perform a grand gesture in your honor. I will become the city's magistrate so that I may govern with wisdom and strength with you by my side.
Now, perhaps you can tell me who Quintius really is.
According to this bounty letter from Emperor Nero, he is the person who started the fires in Rome last year.
What? He's... Oh no. That's... quite a lot more serious than I imagined. I only wanted some leverage over him, not to destroy him. Give me that immediately. Nobody else must know.
Sure, you can have this. I can always get another copy. Oh, they go hang on sweet.
What? No. You tricked me, you mendacious little stirkers.
Didn't lie to you.
It was a lie of a mission. You were planning this all along and you deliberately concealed it. May Jupiter cut you down.
Where are we going then?
I curse you. I curse your life and mind and memory. May you be unable to walk or eat or drink. May this drag you to the depths. This is outrageous.
Goodbye. I mean, we completed part of what we were after, so that's fine. I think we've caused enough problems for today. Oh, I guess we should return the key, right?
What now?
Are you the one threatening
Do I
Virgil?
seem like anonymous threats are my style?
Fair enough. No, no.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
Galerius?
Horatius?
Vote for
Looking a bit
Malleolus for
troubled
a
there.
free drink at my
Still
tavern.
no sign of Centilla. And I haven't slept right in 3 weeks.
Oh right, yeah, I need to go to the sister, right? I can let her know that servant was the lover. Makes sense. Because that's another loose thread we can tie up.
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
Oh, right, you can see the weapon?
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Keronzi, have this conversation.
Wait, if I understand,
Okay, yeah.
I must have Is that about?
I couldn't stop it from being broken.
Look, it's unfortunate. Now, I assume you saw.
Go back to it.
Thank you. I'll be.
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Can we talk about Centilla?
Oh, you heard about her disappearance, I take it. A skeleton? Oh, gods. You mean she's...
Oh no, something doesn't feel
What
right.
do you mean? But didn't Domitius say there's some kind of creature down there that killed and ate Hannibal? What are you saying? That somebody crept down there and put Why would anyone do... But who? Who could have a reason to do that?
Ooh, dear, okay, I wasn't expecting this.
That is an extremely serious accusation.
I'm still
So
investigating.
this is just baseless. I've heard enough. I won't have you peddling. Kindly keep your insane conspiracy theories to yourself.
Ah, fair enough. So, okay, so I've actually got to finish that storyline. Okay, that's fine. We'll find out the truth soon enough. Okay, what else can we do this cycle? We could do that in a moment. Okay, yeah, we need to do that in the correct order. Figure out when to the upper cistern. I fucked that out. That's fine. Oh yeah, we need to find the plaque. Oh wait a minute. Who else was it saying we should ask for the plaque? Might as well get some of this started, right? Ask Ruffius. Oh, actually, we can actually talk to you about it, can't we?
Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together,
Clank!
you and I.
Clank indeed, Grey. I know, I know. You want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some questions.
My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well. Ask me what you will. And in a city full of Romans you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman now. Plus, I have no hair left to pull. But
That's fair.
my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Ah, thank you.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Whose place is this? This is Virgil, so it's not this guy. Who else is it? Who else was Christian? Well, it's not you, definitely not you.
You look well, my sartorial friend.
Hello? Hello? Have we met before?
That Greek plaque in
Do you
yourself.
like it? It's shiny, innit? It makes me happy just looking at it.
Please have it.
But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it anymore, and I'd be sad.
Alright, what's it going to take me to get it to you?
Well, if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy. Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too. Like Galerius. He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. Yeah, Galerius will let me out. Then you can have my plaque and everyone will be happy.
Alright, we're going now. Alright, so we need to go down the route to get Galerius leader. Great. Well, yeah, our friend is a bit of a quandary there. It's not you, is it? Rufius. I don't know. I can't remember who you are. Citizens register. Oh! The guy I'm meant to be helping.
Hilarious.
Horatius?
Vote for
Looking a
Malleolus
bit
for
troubled
a
there.
free drink at my tavern.
Name's Rufius. Watch your step.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
How'd you
From
ruin
what I
it?
hear,
What business is
nobody's
that
so
of
in
yours?
Anyway, I thought
Figured
you
out a
stoics
treatment.
weren't
Eat a
supposed to
pinch of this
worry
willow
about
bark and
things
you
you
should
can't
feel better
control.
in no time.
Willow bark.
I keep
And
thinking,
this will work?
what if there is something
Oh,
I can do?
thank God.
What if she's
Finally, some relief.
suffering, waiting to be found?
This is what I've been
Sounds like
praying
you're
for.
torturing yourself. Leave that
Maybe
for the
God
gods.
hasn't
Try to
abandoned me after
relax.
all.
Get some rest. Tomorrow's
Thank
a
you.
new day.
I've been
I suppose you're right.
in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching, and the crisis of faith.
Crisis of faith.
It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
Thank you.
See you around.
Alright. It's fine.
You, Tad, just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
There we go.
The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before.
Oh, okay. Citizens, it's time. Cool. Well, this is all going on. Let me just check the achievement list quickly. So the many shall suffer. Don't know how to get that. The one that got away. Okay. The ones that got away. Sure. Cannon. Grave robber. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll probably eventually get that. Sure, and all 3 missing persons. Don't know what we're going to do with that one. Okay, reach the best ending with the smallest number of loops. Sure. Walk your way through every possible confrontation. Ah, okay, I'll see about that one. Don't know where all the graffiti are. Pick up a sponge on a stick. Don't know what that is. I have to start a new game for that one. I'll probably do that off stream. I haven't done that. I'll probably do that off stream or something. Okay, yeah. Serve Virgil's problem. Oh, okay, yeah. Get that one sorted. That's fine.
Citizens, we have a quorate body
Oh.
of voters gathered here to elect the city.
He is just going a little crazy over there.
Candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and
If that fixes it.
Malleolus
Nope.
Gerges. As agreed,
Okay.
we shall dispense with ballots.
That's a little better.
and candidates will
How's the
abstain
volume?
from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Sendius.
Dacius.
Malleolus.
Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus.
Wait, did two of them vote for Sentius? Insane, it's good. Okay, cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed
Yep.
for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm
Am
gonna
I-
enjoy killing you, old man. It's real!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
It's the statues. They're alive.
Do it. Kill me.
Alright, so... So we need to look around in here for a chest with like 2,000... Oh, hello. Here? There we go. Oh, well, I got turned to stone. From the last save.
The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them.
Oh, really? We're back here? Alright. It's time, okay. Question is, how do I get out? That was rough.
I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Like, I mean, we got the achievement, right? But do I probably want the cash. I mean, we still got like 4,000 denarii anyway. Denarius, so that's fine.
Salve, friend.
Just wish this would go quicker than... Ay, 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 this takes so long. Ooh, actually, can I... talk to him later. Okay, fair enough.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
Actually, give me a chance to see, because I think he chose Sentius.
And Marcus Malleolus Gurges. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots, and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Sendius.
Dacius.
Yeah.
Malleolus.
Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth.
I don't even know how I managed to get him to vote for Sentius.
The golden rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to
Wait, what did I even do? All I did was talk to him this one time in the loop.
treason against the Empire.
What?
And mentioned
Crimes? This is mad.
the plaque.
Sentence to fight for life in gladiatorial
Who's a liar?
combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea
Oh, what?
you're doing. You're going to get us
Malleolus?
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Mally, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a Christian as well. He's hiding in plain sight.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning.
Not saying that Christian's a liar, I'm saying he's a liar and he is a Christian. Those are two objectively different pieces of facts that go hand in hand.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh wait, I can go here, right? Oh, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Grab this money. Some arrows. Ow! Ow, 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 that hurt. Oh. Shit! Ah, we fucking gotta go through that again! Ah!
The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them.
God damn it. Can I get to the dude and ask him why he voting? No, I doubt it.
The election's on!
Ah, for God's sake, why? It's your fault, assassin. It was very tempting just to break the rule myself, just so I can get this done quicker.
Today is a sad day.
Ay. This is alright. I'm gonna whenever they like he's halfway through his speech, I'm just gonna save in case I screw up again, and I can just load here. And there's no way of like quick timing through the text either, which is so annoying. Wastes so much time.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and Marcus Malleolus Gurges. As agreed, we shall dispense.
I might just I don't know. I'm gonna save in front of Sentius, and I'll accuse Malleolus, and then the gladiator.
Malleolus.
Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Virgil.
Malleolus.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate.
Malleus acting and sounding like Frello from Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's true.
I said, hail Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
Madness?
This
Is Sparta!
Gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea
Right. I'll save her.
what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon.
That's about a good enough
I will
place.
not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Right. I was gonna suggest when the priestess stepped in, but you did the right before her, yeah. Nope, that's wrong. And cool, okay. I think we made it. Nope, there's another one. Oh, I'm so gonna get caught. Whoa, dodge and weave, dodge and weave. There we go. We've got to go back. I know how to sprint. Game, thank you.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are?
What did you think?
Oh, so
you can do
Alright,
that
let me
one for me.
see. Stop Fabia going in, but
Sure.
I'll go. But once I'm done, I'll need.
Oh, I might have to get him, I might have to have him do all of those things. As a way to stop him
The 49 melodies fetch again.
to get basically get everyone to like him enough to elect him.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
On your best behavior, I trust?
Right, okay. Actually, no, I can do that later, that's fine. I want to do the other things as quickly as I can first, actually.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphy.
Yeah.
What? Quick, Yulia. Hopefully in a... That was
Never on my best behavior. What was it? No. Sure, I'm a time
A
traveler.
what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I think it's your accent, because it sounded like you said time traveler. But whatever kind of traveler you are, that was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake. In the meantime...
Okay.
That's a
Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here?
You never believe me on time.
Oh, come on. I just did as you asked. The least you can do is level with me. I'll keep it between us. I promise.
Sure, I'm really...
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would rub, forcing him to start... Actually, Tantalus...
Sure, yeah.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to... So,
You're a good man.
Oh, now, I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if...
Salve.
Alright, remember, don't ask her about a way out.
It's you. Sorry, I'm still a bit out of it. But thanks for trying to help me, I suppose. Was there something you wanted? Lucretia says I'm supposed to rest. No. I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared. It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid. You mean my life story? Oh. Well, it was a... We must... But they fell off. My employer... I remembered... Thank you. Our priestess, Equitia, once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans.
Patient,
They
aren't
don't
you?
cry easily.
Bro, let the people
They've
speak,
never
my
physically hurt
Sorry.
anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite to win today's election.
Oh, don't worry, I'm working on that.
Really? Then I hope fortune smiles on you, friend. All right. Thank you again for saving my life.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Yeah, speaking of... Right, we need to go up there. Quickest way is this way. Oh. No, I'll do it with you later. Priorities, Runzi, priorities!
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far?
I'm feeling a bit on edge.
That's good, in a sense. If you're not on edge, you've not been paying attention. But on the bright side, once you've been here a few months, well, it's slightly less terrifying anyway. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned.
Where are we going now?
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you. I look forward to getting to know you better over the coming months. And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
This is what Sentinel would want.
Know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You believe me if I told you.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
We can help solve your problem.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
I've already saved Yulia's life, and I'd like to help you too.
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Actually, 2,000 denarii.
Julia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. And that's how much it will take to buy our freedom back.
How'd you get yourselves into so much debt?
Oh, so it's my fault.
Oops.
Is that it?
Whoops.
You know what? Forget it. I am out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I can't believe he went through with it. Oh Lord. That poor lamb. That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted, moments after you arrived. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all. And I'd best pray for poor Ulpius.
This. I urinated into Marius's villa from above and got away with it. Interesting. Right into the center of the villa, okay. Jeez, okay. Alright. What can I do about... I need to figure a way... I may not need to figure a way into there if I can get... what's his face out? He's no longer there, okay, interesting. Oh, there you are.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Here you go.
What business is that of yours? Willow bark. And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching in the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
Do you know of a way to get out of it?
No, I don't. I did hear a rumor that Aurelia, the tavern keeper, has been offering to sell a way out. But I barely have two sesterci to rub together.
What do you think about the golden rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I know the feeling. I've lived through a pandemic.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. While we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
What do you think's coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. don't like it.
Yeah, the heads turn. You're right.
That doesn't help me.
You're gonna vote for
Malleolus. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
Yeah, I can do the change.
No.
Fair enough. Did you vote and you won't remember?
Who do you want me to vote for?
Sentius.
Fine. I'll vote for Sentius. But no more favors. We're square.
Okay.
No idea what you're talking about?
Fair enough.
No idea what you're talking about.
We can't use that because we're already square. Fair enough.
See you around.
Greetings and salutations.
Hi, Mox. Why is it that I just happened to catch it out the corner of my eye come up in the chat? I probably should also turn the sound up as well. Are you in here? You are in here. What can I do with this? God damn it. Gray, did you put him up to this? Been lurking since the start. Ah, very nice, very nice. Let me up, please, thank you.
What are you doing here? Please leave. I said please leave. You're trespassing.
May have angered. I have... He was ready for mine too when I did it earlier, Mox. No, okay, how's that great? I have no control over the actions of Mox. What's this? A stone carving, the symbol of a fish carved into it might look like it's religious in nature. We got one of the carvings, okay. You know what?
Cerberus lifts his dribble.
Because I screwed up a few things in this circle, I'm just going to go and accuse Malleolus. I mean,
On your best behavior, I trust.
Actually.
What is it, citizen?
Are you on throwing pressure?
What? Absolutely not. I know someone's been threatening him, and I'm not happy about it. But I can assure you, it isn't me.
Fair enough.
Alright?
I think it was the other dude, so... I mean, you know what? Give me save here. I'll accuse him and see what he does.
That's
oh, Mox, I hope you're doing well.
idea what you're talking about?
What was you?
Yeah? Prove it.
No.
See you around.
You have...
Shiny.
Do you have any more information for me?
Salve and welcome. Need something?
No, no.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
Wonder how much one of these statues is worth on the outside.
Let's talk to Virgil.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. I hear we have you to thank for saving Julia's life. I'm glad you arrived when you did. Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking.
What's your story?
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people, that kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Sure, we were correct.
I like that. We're going to get on well, friend. Some people say it's divine, the work of a god. But I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care. Which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
I think so.
Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving.
Excuse me. And how do you remove a girl from power?
It's best if I say no more, but I hope you give it some thought.
Okay, so
Nice
I've
to
already
talk
started
to
the quest, so I can't get any more information from him. Great.
On your best behavior, I trust.
Okay, so... I'll have a look in their homes. Okay. But you know what? We'll save it here.
Are they? We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the Golden Rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened?
couldn't stop it from being broken. Sure, let's go with that.
See. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered, and do better next time. Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason. Of course. What is it?
I've already figured out how to stop at least one person from breaking it. What happens now?
Well, if you've stopped one person from breaking it and you're still here, then there must be someone else about to break it still. Allow me to explain. When I discovered the ritual to Proserpina, the instructions came with a warning about paradoxes. The crux of it is this. If you do anything to change the course of history in such a way that your very being here is impossible, you will have created a paradox. To illustrate, when the Golden Rule is broken, I will open the doorway that will bring you here to prevent it from being broken. If you manage to succeed in saving our lives, then I will have no reason to open the doorway, and you will never have come here. A paradox, you see? The same thing would happen if you, say, inadvertently, allowed me to die. If I can't summon you, then you can't be here, obviously. If either of those things were to happen, I am given to understand you would be flung back to your original time, having changed the course of history for us and yourself. So the fact that you are still here means someone is going to break the Golden Rule, and there is yet work to do. Understand?
I think so.
Excellent. So, it looks like you'll have to continue your investigation. Now, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
I'm gonna get back to it.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
And then what we'll do, I'll save again, so we've just tagged those lines at the very least.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation? Of course. What is it? Yes?
Malleolus.
Why do you say that?
He wins the election, he's going to convict you of treason and sentence you to death.
What? That's... I'm speechless. How do you know? Of course, this isn't your first loop, is it? Well then, you must stop him from winning the election. I expect you'll need some kind of leverage on him, but I can't be seen to be involved in this, of course, so you'll be on your own. You'd better not waste any time, and may Swada, goddess of persuasion, go with you.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I mean... What? Okay.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
Oh, I've got the key, haven't I?
Whatever.
I can just walk right in, I don't need a pail.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected.
Interesting.
Magistrate. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored to be elected magistrate. And now.
You're not supposed to be in here.
How can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. I think a better question is, why am I being interrogated by a stranger who just barged into my villa? I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband why I am receiving strange men in private.
Okay.
Finally! This is outrageous.
Okay, I might have to have talked to her husband first before we could... On now, it's possibly not anger her, but never mind. I think I may have already angered her. Right, we'll do with you.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
You're Quintius.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
Yep.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted? I trust you can see yourself out.
Why are you still here? My marital affairs are no concern of yours. Thank you very much. Preferably the way you came in, by which I mean, please leave. I think it's about to be broken if you don't hurry up and leave. Finally! Get out before I have...
Let me... reload quickly. That is... This is the one I wanted. With the manual save, not the autosave.
Harvey.
Thank you. Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to...
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into... Why would I withdraw?
Because I know you're Quintius, your wife gave me your love letter and Nero wants you dead.
So... It finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you... what? One of Nero's assassins?
No, I'm not, fortunately for you.
So, you're not going to kill me?
Sure.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'd let me live?
I will. I don't think he believes me.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There. You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Well, I mean, okay, that was something we sorted. What the... Wow, he decomposed very quickly.
Domitius, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I've made a decision to release Yulia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir.
Okay, well, something.
Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know.
And so Galerius has finished his errands. I should try to talk to him later.
Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any
On
new
your best behavior, I
challenges
trust.
are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
What now?
We'll talk about
What business is that of yours?
I don't know what it is, but I found her amulets and a skeleton in the cistern.
Ah. I see. So, she's dead then?
Yes, I was upset.
Well, I'm not exactly happy about it. But what would be the point of getting upset? It's not going to bring her back. I'm just thinking of how I'm going to tell her father. I suppose it'll have to be tomorrow. After all, the turmoil of the election is out of the way. Thanks for letting me know.
No.
All right?
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little Sturkus? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming for you. What now?
There we go.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching. Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
Bonk. I'll give him 10 points for... Oh, no, not 10 points. That's a bit much, but we made points for style there. Your spires crushed to death while entering the cistern from the cave above. Oh, have I got myself... I got myself stuck there. That's a lot of money. Let's grab what we can, right? Is what we already had, but Oh, okay, we can... I could potentially get in here from here then. Awesome. Oh, okay, I didn't think I was gonna grab it. Oh, what? Italian plumber? What? Okay.
Who are you? Did he send you?
Keronzi and nobody sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
What's going on here?
I'm Centilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
Who did this to you?
Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
How hasn't this broken the golden rule?
No. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key. I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together.
Bonk. What about the others?
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
There you go, let's get out of it together.
Oh, thank you. Now follow. Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
Oh, uh-oh.
What did you do with Centilla? Where is she?
If I tell you.
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al.
You remember Al?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunting. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 4? Not many. But don't worry, I'm sure there'll be another useful idiot who comes along after you're dead. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
So you asked me to figure out who was going to break the ground rule, knowing I would fail every time. You knew that there was a way out, even locked up your own daughter to keep her secret. Why? Yeah, we'll go with the first one.
Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this, but where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death by reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see?
You're insane.
I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Let's see you cheat your way out of this one.
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
I probably could, but I'm going to let her have this one.
Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Set him on fire! Launch the fire attack!
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Hey, we create a time paradox. Let's go! Oh.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Al Worth? I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Keronzi. I was hoping you'd know who I am.
Funny you should ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty. but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Scintilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
That was me.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in the present day, I found your corpse hanging from a noose.
I'm sorry, come again?
So I left the suicide note you carved into this tablet here.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it.
It was written by a different version of you. I changed the past and your fate.
I'm not following.
I helped Scintilla kill the man who opened a time portal who drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Now you got it.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in.
Enough talk. How about we get out of this place?
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
It's right here in this cistern. Follow me. I don't trust you somehow. Return to the river, okay.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Good idea.
You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
Well, let's see what Charon has to say.
You're back! But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
I discovered your real name is Charon.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
The Eye of Sauron? Glowy eyes. Hello, Charon. Who are you really?
You can just call me Keron, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most
That's a
people
long time.
find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time.
What truth is that?
That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead.
So we're already dead. How did I die?
Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask
Understandable.
yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Yes, I want to know.
As you wish. You were murdered. You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin.
We were killed by Al, weren't we?
Unfortunately,
As you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by two thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done. He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth.
Al, help me.
You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Keronzi opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here.
What's so special about these coins?
Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferrymen for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here. That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible, in light of the path you have chosen. I am just his servant, doing his bidding. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. You see, the coins on you and Al were the last of the 1,000 in existence. There is nobody else to ferry here, nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course.
Can you test the land of the living?
I see no point in keeping you here, but I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
Interesting.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Sentia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing.
Well, I mean, we're already dead, so, yeah.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Alright, John, ferry us home. The one that got away. Alright, so we got ending 2. How many might you might have survived if you confronted the god of the underworld? I don't know. That was interesting. I don't know what whether I'm gonna. Do we have time for more? Maybe? Maybe not. But we could go back, save. Like, there's still a lot to do. There's so many different timelines, so many different things. I'm curious. That was actually really interesting. I'm trying to think what else we could do. Because obviously we got Malleolus to drop out. So we could go through that storyline. I don't know which one that one will end up being with. Obviously, Sentius would end up winning. We could try and then do the one for putting Galerius in, which I don't know which ending that would give. Oh, excuse me. But we still had the other quest line to finish. But I think actually what I might do... No. I should try and get all of the storylines right. Yeah. Let's continue. Try and get all of them. Try to do all of them on stream. I might not get all the achievements, but... Continue. I don't know where it's going to put me though. Oh, it's put me here. No, that's fine.
You? Who are you? Did he send you?
Keronzi and nobody sent me. I'm gonna skip through these. We've gone through these.
I'm Centilla. Who wants to keep Sentius? I don't know. Behind me. The only... I'm going to take that key from her. I'm done.
What the
There
others?
won't be enough time.
Round everyone up so they're ready to escape once the golden rule is broken.
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never.
Sorry if I let you.
What? No, you can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
This tip. This will prioritize this new quest, showing its own objective marker. I know. It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius to let us go.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please.
Sorry, I need to try.
You're making a mistake.
Okay, I can't do it that way, okay? Well, I mean... We'll see what happens. I should be able to drop down there and be okay. Oh! You're back standing here. Sorry, sir.
So you survived the system. Probably just a stroke of fortune.
I hope you have a good reason. Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Know what you did to Centillia?
What are you talking about?
Keep them tied up in the system.
You know, you remind me of him.
Who?
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
What?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life.
I don't know whether the
before
conversation will
he was
change.
shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 5 times? Extremely impressive. And yet everything you've done has been in vain, because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it?
Yeah, there was a change.
Yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because
Excuse
I
me.
have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Yeah, they keep to
And
the
why
exit.
would I agree to that?
Let's not even take them
The
for
only
force.
way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time. So if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want?
That's the right thing to do.
You and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happens, where you're from. Least of all, me. Understand that to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot, and you're no longer useful.
This isn't okay.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
Maybe I'll just kill you.
We both know you're not that stupid, so go on, make your empty threats and stomp your feet, and beg the gods for help if you like. But believe me when I tell you, the gods don't care about you. And neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you. Don't be so foolish. If you kill me, we all die. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point. That means if... Now, get out of...
What the... Well, there's... I don't think I can do that now. Okay, trust is authorized with sensor. Okay, whatever. We'll do more investigationing, I guess. Got nothing else to do. I might be able to confront the barmaid about a stupid plan. What are you?
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia, and I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before, a certain learning and sophistication. What was that? Some kind of joke? If it was, it wasn't funny. I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern?
Looking for Kabadash. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered. The one word I kept hearing was vanishing, and then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not. You know, normally I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here. I guess that went right over your head. Never mind. As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is
we have a chance to call her out for
information
being
we're talking
Hemlock.
about, and I don't just give it out like some cheap oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you?
I know it's a scam.
Ha! It's hardly my fault if people misunderstand the terms of a deal. I mean, it does say, let the buyer beware, right outside my tavern.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water.
Alright. Well, we at least have another piece of information that we can use.
Ah, a fellow traveler. Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together. My friend, your words intrigue me.
I'm looking for Ganesh, and I heard you were the last one to see him.
Ah, I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but even discussing this matter is dangerous. Please, let us leave the live coals safely beneath the ash.
You can trust me, we still just have to stick together.
Would not look kindly upon this, so please keep it to yourself. For several months now, I have been sneaking out at night to worship the gods of my ancestors in the temple of Demeter. Each day, I leave offerings of food in the hope that we may have a bountiful harvest, and yet the next day when I return, the food is missing.
How strange.
So I ask, who or what is devouring the food in this temple? Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Argus until dawn to see if I could spot a thief going in. But do you know what I saw?
I have no idea.
Nothing. Nobody entered. And yet when I went to take a look, my offering was gone. It is bizarre, is it not? When I told my friend Kabash of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in, and to my dismay, he was never seen again.
The Temple of Demeter.
It is the only Greek temple in the city. Head towards the baths, and it is the last building on your right. I do not think you should pursue this, my friend. It would break my heart to be responsible for 2 people disappearing. But you do not strike me as a kind of person to be deterred by such warnings, so just be careful, I beg you.
Temple of Demeter. It must be this one here. Perhaps, yeah, okay, so yeah, this must be the temple then. I think we may as well explore down here, we got some time. We gotta kill time until the election anyway.
Ah, a visitor. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name? It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
Looking for Kadash.
Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. And hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Wait, so God of the Underworld.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
That sounds easy
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
Not sure, it's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally...
Fucking A!
Surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
Thanks, great.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules, and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the Golden Rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Whose version of
that is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
Again, it depends on what they're talking about. System of morality, because there are so many different versions, and have been in the past, of what is considered right and wrong, and they all slightly differ dependent upon the text, the versions. There's more than one.
How can that be? Since they all have differences, it follows that in some cases they would offer different conclusions about what is right and wrong. If there is a correct moral code, then wouldn't it follow that only one can be the correct one?
Yeah, the law, the moral code is the science you're in.
You know, I think you'd find an ally in Herodotus, a scribe from among my people who lived some 400 years ago. He told the story of a man named Darius, whose curiosity was piqued when he learned that a certain tribe had the practice of eating their dead. He asked some Greeks who burnt their dead, "What would it take for you to eat your dead?" Aghast, they replied, "Nothing." Then he asked the tribe who ate their dead, "What would it take for you to burn your dead?" "Nothing," they replied, equally aghast. From this, Herodotus concluded that custom is king, that right and wrong are merely local ideas which do not survive the journey from one tribe to another. I take it you're in agreement?
Yes.
Then let me ask you this. If you visited a tribe where they ate each other, copulated with the dead, and drank wine from cups made out of human skulls, would you still maintain that within such a tribe, there is nothing wrong with such conduct? That's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized
No.
person to change their position when presented with a superior argument.
What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
Well, do not kill.
Surely you would agree there are circumstances where an exception may be made, such as where it is necessary for self-defense or to prevent a greater evil. For any rule, you can imagine there are countless situations in which that rule may be suspended, and those situations are impossible to codify. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives.
That's
In
fair.
mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all. I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
What's your
You
story?
mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
I'm listening.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night I found myself in a tavern, in an argument with a drunk mercenary. It became heated, he drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny.
Hades,
They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto.
He's
Long
Greek.
before that, my people called him Hades. My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again. I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive. I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
Very long time.
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the Temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation, so I like to imagine arguments where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner.
I guess.
As you wish. Huh. If I did, would I be living like this?
That's fair.
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me. Ha!
You know where I can find a plaque that was removed from an obelisk?
You seek the plaque bearing the Egyptian inscription.
That's the one.
It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you, if Kabash had not already taken it.
Don't tell me what Kabash
I will
is.
tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the Shrine of Persephone became the Shrine of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans.
With you so far.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription.
What did it say?
I had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
What's in there?
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
We're going now.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
Alright, I will. What's up here? Actually, we can still do this. Great, more golden statues, just what we needed. Okay. Let's go. Up from the other side, okay. Round we go. Oh, wow, okay. Nope, 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 nope. There are a lot more golden statues. Huh? Where you? Oh, missed. Egyptian... an Egyptian game called Duel Monsters. Oh wait, no, called Senate, rules of which are long forgotten. Alright, so there is something growling. Here's arrows, please. Oh. God. Oh, shit. That's bad. See you moving. Oh, that was a little too high, okay. Right. I am going to very quickly go for a drink and a bio break. So we're going to have a few words from our hashtag, not sponsors. All of you... What do I move that? For all of you wonderful people, I don't know. Sorry. Had weird flashback thing. The premonition that we discussed earlier in last week. Never mind, don't worry about me, I'm fine. I'll be back in a moment. We'll have a few words from hashtag not sponsors. For those of you who are already sponsors to the channel, watching this post on Twitter or on YouTube, you get the fantastic share cam content that you've all been craving for. We'll be right back. And I return to you, chat. Glorious and triumphant. No, not really, actually. Go back to it. Alright. I think I gotta go across the... Yeah, I think I gotta go across the top, okay. Drinky indeed. Good old apple and elderflower. A plaque translates to the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. Oh, shit, okay. So... They have the exact same... thing just in this city. Okay, interesting. And they just built over it.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you?
Keronzi, who are you?
I am Kabash. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors,
Just looking for the Egyptian flag.
To what end?
Want to return it to the top obelisk.
That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it, and restore the honor of Osiris.
Fantastic. A little too easy.
Now, as for the other plaque.
The fourth plaque? You know about it?
Indeed. I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was.
May I have it?
You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it.
Why?
Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie.
How so?
I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is?
The Duats.
Indeed, and I see you know our history. This is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story, and here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in great numbers. But instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew.
I see why you're unhappy with the Greeks and Romans.
I am glad to hear it. Which brings me to this other, fourth plaque. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us. And that my people, did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this, I cannot accept. I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
What does the inscription say?
You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris's name.
Please don't.
You are too late. It is done.
I wish you hadn't done
It could
that.
not have gone any other way. It was Osiris's will. Now, the thing of evil you sought is gone. Why are you still here?
What's your story?
I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before me. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity to learn Latin and eventually traveled to Rome. When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals into my boat and led many of them to safety farther along the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sinking, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs. I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was Keronzi, and at the time, I simply thought him odd. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Keronzi, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead. This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memories of my people. If our ways are to be remembered, it falls to me. I think if someone is to break the golden rule, it will not be me, for I try to live as I always have by the command of the goddess Ma'at. Do to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why it has long been said among my people that gold is the skin of the gods.
What do you think is down there?
I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the underworld? Perhaps it is infinite darkness. Perhaps it is the lair of Amit, the devourer of souls. All I know is, it would be unwise to venture down there.
That makes me want to go down there even more. Of course. I love certain Doom.
Is everyone so contrary where you are from? Do not even consider it.
Where are we going now?
Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes.
Definitely.
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness.
I'll find a way back up.
We shall see.
Mysterious place. Okay. Ah, Sumanian. Okay. A plaque bearing the a cuneiform inscription. Nurgle, the fierce one. Alright, so, like, I mean, what do we have? Okay, we still need the Great Plaque. We still need to deal with the Sinner. deal with that. Okay. How do we get out of here? Ooh, okay. Stranger. Heed the final words of Nam Kazoo. Bear witness to our aftermath and lament us. We did our best to live as the gods commanded. We planted and harvested together. We shared bread and beer. We accepted newcomers with open arms as if family. But with each newcomer, the bonds of our family strained, and soon we were as strangers to each other. And when those bonds were finally broken, my brothers and sisters planted only for themselves, and ate and drank alone. It was there, in the empty space between us, that sin took roots. Nagal's sentinels have awoken, clamour at our barricades. Learn from our mistakes, I assume. I can't go that way, okay. See what else there is. An eroded set of barricaded. It looks like these Sumerians were trying to defend themselves from something. I can't go that way, so that was the way I needed to go. Okay, awesome. Oh, you're pointing the way I need to go. Thank you. Corroded brass plate. A corroded brass plate with the Sumerian markings on it appears to be a pressure plate or some kind of trap. Fucking A! Jesus Christ. Not a trap and then a spanakopter? Ugh. I'm already on edge, Grey. Dear me. Okay. Yep, that's fine. If I click on this again. Oh, we've already sprung the trap. That's bad, isn't it? I'd say that's bad with the water leaking in. Okay, the sins of the one shall become the suffering of the many. Okay, yeah. It's pretty much the same thing. That wasn't even the scary one. I know! I know! The boulder's rolling at me! Oh god, here we go again. Do you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Here it comes. Keep them rolling, baby. I'm sure me setting off these traps are just going to cause even more problems.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here.
There's no need for this to end in violence.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed?
Listen me out.
Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
If something can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth. There is no shame in building on the works of people who came before you. I'm just trying to replace all the pranks taken from the desecrated obelisk.
Why? To what end?
I'm hoping it'll earn me an audience with the god of the underworld.
But why? What business could you have with Osiris?
I'm going to confront him about the Golden Rule.
Blasphemous fool! You have sealed your own fate.
Wait, if you attack me, you'll break the Golden Rule.
Good. I welcome it. You see, the philosopher told me that each time it breaks, Osiris bellows with rage, and his voice shakes the very foundations of the earth. I can only hope one more tremor will lay waste to this fragile place once and for all, and you along with it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Nimble? I don't know what that is. A dodge 3 boulders, okay. I got no idea. Sorry, Kadash. Okay, I've got a long way home. Nope, that's not the way home. I'm lost. This way. Up, please. Thank you.
It's the step.
All right, we made it back.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
Ooh, okay. Golden Rule is about to soon be broken. I need to quietly get everyone except Sentius ready to run into the upper cistern, and the ground starts to shake.
What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. Alright, I'm gonna stick my neck out and believe you. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more than a handful of people.
Okay, so I need to do a lot of this by hand now.
You,
Salve.
Sisyphus, attack or pursue the stone.
I'll remember to get another ending before we finish then.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
I'll go in there.
What? Why?
Just trust me.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Right, you do you.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
Oh, we could sell him out.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Go for it.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see this woman is dying? She's been poisoned. She needs the resin of a plant called Silphium, but that Culus cubulatus decius won't give it to me. What? Quick, give it here.
I was wondering what I could hear.
Julia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you. Hopefully, that was a... look, if you don't want that, what you just, and maybe in the meantime,
going now.
That's a
Hey, we go out here.
a golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana.
Well, sure, if you're gonna be like that, I'll deal with...
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step. What business is that of yours? Will work. And this will work?
Yes, we've had this a few times already. Where are we going now?
See you around.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Oh, it's you. Was that... No. But I'd...
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Alright, that's that taken care of. Let's go and save...
A golden bow.
What's-his-face's life now?
Citizen.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to... All right, well, it was...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us. We're all in this together, Ulpius. Please, please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates. Is that what you want?
I'm sorry, but I just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius. Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
They'll do better this time.
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
Nobody
well,
told you.
If you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Everything can solve your
it's
problem.
too late for that. If I backed out... Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Actually, I do.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
Nope, you'd be free.
You'd do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
Of course.
It seems today we're both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
Here's your
Thank
money.
you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
Don't worry about it.
I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something?
I'll be going now.
Ah, that's a shame. Another time, then.
Why can't I use my... There it is.
Isn't the great temple majestic?
Just rest up, get your strength back, and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
See if she says anything new.
Oh, it's you again. Is everything all right? No. I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared, but I'd been locked in All right.
Okay, so now I need to...
May Apollo keep you safe.
Citizen.
Where is he?
Fortune
There he
is
is.
smile on you, brother.
Shalom. You mean where am I from and all that? Judea, originally. But when I was a child, I moved to Rome with my family, Romanized my name and spent most of my life in the Jewish district of Trans-Tiberim, across the Tiber from the main city. That's where I was when the fires broke out. Everyone was running toward the river and I, listening to my inner contrarian, ran the other way. Every road leading out of Rome was in chaos, full of people with all their belongings in carts and brigands preying on them. Several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked by 3 opportunists. So I picked up a branch from the side of the road and went to defend them. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew, I was waking up in a forest, by a river not far from here, with no memory of how I got there. It's strange though, because I still had my purse on me. Why would a robber knock me unconscious and throw me in a river, but not take my coins?
You're risking your life to help others.
A lot of good it did me. And that family. I sometimes wonder what happened to them.
Do you know the way out?
I don't. But even if I did, I'm not going anywhere. I have unfinished business. Well, neither of us have a couple of hours to stand around talking about theology, law, and collective punishment, so I guess you're looking for a pithy summary? You remind me of an old story from my people about Hillel the Elder. He was approached by a Gentile and asked to explain the entire Torah while he stood on one foot. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you, do not do to another. That is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Go and learn." Of course, what I want to know is, what kind of a god sees a young woman abducted and does nothing about it? Not my god. That's for sure.
Good
Thanks.
question.
I just wish there was a way to find out.
Who to vote for?
Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be insane to vote for Malleolus after what he did to me.
That's true.
All right, friend. Thanks for the chat.
Right, let's see what here says.
Salve. Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them? You're toying with me, right? You're a bit like Sisyphus. Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go through this again.
Forcing Tantal. Oh. Anyway, so.
You're good, man.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you...
No, our conversation never starts with me, my friend. No. Guess we start this then?
You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
It's your funeral.
Thank you.
Bonk. we go. There's something else I can do very quickly, actually, before we talk to Sentilia. Over a sploosh. I just realised I can accuse her. I'm gonna. I mean, let me see. Save. That's fine. Yes.
So you survived the system.
Keep an eye out for Sentinels, would you?
Oh, another one fresh out of the bards. Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What about Sentilia?
You heard about her disappearance, I take it.
Found her. You've already been keeping her tied up in the opposite stance.
What? Is this some kind of crude commoner joke?
It's no joke.
No, surely not. Father, is this true?
I'm afraid it is.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
okay.
Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Because she found a way out. And if you're wondering why I'm telling you this, it's because you're never going to remember any of it. All I have to do is commit a sin, and the day will begin again. Watch this. I'm going to kill you now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Could I... Oh, I'm already too late. Okay. No. Load. Yes. It's an interesting theory, but I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna do it this way. We'd already set up for this ending, and that's the ending we'll get, and we'll leave it there.
You? Who are you? Did he send you? Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
No, we've had this conversation before.
What? God, am I going out of my mind? Are you going to let me go or not?
I told Gracious to lead everyone here when the Golden Wall is broken so they can escape too.
How did you know? Wait, did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
You regard, you know
So that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
So you asked me to figure out who was going to break the golden rule, knowing I would fail every time. So, you knew there was a way out even though you left the door open. Okay.
Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot could tell you this, but where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again forever. And I will continue living long after your dust.
You die paying
Do
for
you
death for
really
this.
think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bow?
I probably could, but I'm going to let her have this one.
Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Fire! Once again.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
Aha! Hello again, Al. My friend.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
No, Arthur came to find you.
Here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Keronzi, I was hoping
Funny you
knew
should
mine.
ask. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. Freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
Actually, that wasn't it.
What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago? I'm not sure I understand.
When I first arrived here in the present day, I found your corpse hanging by a noose.
I'm sorry, come again?
I still have the suicide note you carved in this tablet here.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing, but I don't understand how I could have written it.
It was writing a different version of you. Changed the past, changed your fates.
I'm not following.
I helped Scintilla kill the man who opened the time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Now you go.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as helping a bunch of others to escape.
About that.
A lot to take in.
No, how do we get out of this place?
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla used, if we can find it.
It's right here in the cistern. Follow me. Oh, I have it to my torch, okay.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Well, I mean, that's not
Go on
gonna
ahead.
happen anyway.
I'll be there soon.
You're back! But you're alone.
Does that mean you didn't find Al?
Found him, he'll be here in a moment.
What a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
I discovered your real name is Sharon... What was it? Keronzi.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
Are you really?
You can just call me Keron, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time. That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead.
Are you really?
You can just call me Keron, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy
Okay, you're doing the same lines. How did I die?
Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Yes,
as you wish. You were murdered. You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including
I'm not sure if they will change the dialogue here. I mean, the ending will change.
Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by two thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done. He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth. You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Keron's opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferrymen for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here. That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible, in light of the path you have chosen. I am just his servant, doing his bidding. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. You see, the coins on you and Al were the last of the 1,000 in existence. There is nobody else to ferry here, nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course. I see no point in keeping you here, but I have to ask one thing, that you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now! Al!
I'm just wondering, like,
you were gone so long,
how
I
would
I'd
we
never see you
even...
again.
Kinda lost track of time in there.
Like, go back to the land of the living if we were murdered.
The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it. Here, take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends were not so fortunate, including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Alright, Sharon, ferry us home. The ones that got away. Alright, so we got ending 3 there. So I mean, okay, so what was it? The many shall suffer. Ending 1 of 4. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get that sorted. Now the question is, do people want to see another stream of this where we try and get the last 2 endings? I got 2 ideas right off the bat. One of them I think is we need to get Pretty Pog, hey, welcome in, Raven. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, you want to see one more? Okay, well, that there will end up being for next stream. So I know obviously the next one will be I can either try and get Sentius elected again, even though he's the villain, quite obviously. Well, one of the villains anyway, there's a number of villains. But if we can get Galerius elected, that might lead to us being able to confront the gods, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens though. Like, we'll force Malleolus out of the race. And get Sentius elected again. I'm still tempted to try and shoot him when he's trying to get to the portal and seeing what happens. I think that'd be pretty funny. And then we'll try Galerius. I guess probably going to be our best bet. I am enjoying this a lot though. So I will adjust the schedule and we'll be back on Saturday to finish this up then. Mainly as obviously we're off tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday I'm playing at Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 with the Hasgam crew. Friday we are playing Astroneer with One Camping Tatty. And yeah, so on Saturday we will play this and try and get those last 2 endings. I need all the endings or I'll bite. That's a good incentive. Alrighty then. If you could do that awesome thing of sticking around just a moment while we do the outro, so we can go and find someone to raid with all of you fantastic people. Galerius deserves
Friend,
a happy end.
Welcome
Indeed.
to the cult of the Broken Masquerade.
Oh, I'm in front of the alert. That is not on. But thank you very much for the follow, Raven. I do appreciate it. Let's get you actually onto the credits list. That should have worked. Hopefully, we'll see. But I want to thank our moderation team tonight. If it wasn't for you guys, it didn't work. Damn it, okay. But yeah, I thank our moderation teams. If it wasn't for you guys, well, this stream would not run as smoothly as it does. Okay, fine. Let me do that. I'll just go back to just chatting. We'll sit here for it quickly while I just do some things in the background. This I wanted. Yes, that. It's live. There we go. He does deserve his happy ending, though. I do agree with you. There we go. Thank you very much to Raven. Raven Old Terrain. I think I said it right. If you do not mind, I'll refer to you as Raven. It's simpler because I'm terrible with names. But thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this post VOD on Twitch or on YouTube, why don't you think about hitting that follow or subscribe in the relevant sections? Raven is perfect. Good to hear. Especially if you're on Twitch for that follow. Because if we somehow make it to 750 followers, well, I will narrow the scope needed to summon Lord Cthulhu from his eternal slumber. But that will mean that his prize fund will go back down to its original amount. If you're on YouTube, why don't you think about hitting that thumbs up or leaving a comment? Doesn't need to be friendly or constructive, any kind of comment will do. Because what you'll be doing is helping us beat that dreaded algorithm. Those of you in Twitch chat though, if you could say goodbye to the YouTubians, I'm sure they will appreciate it. But for the rest of you YouTubians, if you've already done one of those things, why don't you quickly do the other? Nice and simple, doesn't cost you a thing. What it does for me though, well, it doubles the exposure this video gets. But it will also make you majestic people. Excuse me. And better yet, when you come up on over while we are live on Twitch, you can either lurk or interact with us in chat. Either option is good with me, as ultimately it's your viewership that really drives things forward here on this channel. So, let's go and see who is currently live. Do Twitch. Pop. I mean, speaking of friends of the channel, mentioning we'll be playing some Asher and Neil with him later in the week. Why don't we go and say hello to Camping Tatty? He is getting his sussy bucker on. He is playing some Among Us with friends. Why don't we go on over there and spread some love? So, if you can join us for this raid, I would greatly appreciate it. Obviously, if you could copy and paste Keronzi and the Broken Masquerade has arrived, we bring the things unseen for you all to tango with, so I know exactly where we have come from. And of course, You can't join us for this raid tonight, I do understand. So until next time, everybody, stay safe.